Okay. That's not too bad. That looks all right. A little dark back here, though. I don't know. Oh, no. That's in the shot. It's in the shot. Hello, y'all. So I'm practicing today again. So what I did today, the reason why I'm doing some practicing is because the desk was over there from the original streams, when I was building my shelf. It was over there. And that didn't work because it's way over there in the background. You can see too much. So, and over here for when I did the live with Luke, I had like a makeshift thing. I had like a tripod like on top of a box, and like the laptop was on top of a box. So that was not going to work out. So what I did today was move the desk over here, and now the laptop is there. So now when I look at the guest, I can actually look at the guest like that, at least kind of close to the camera, kind of ish. Because when I was looking at Luke, I was like, oh, and it just looked like I wasn't paying attention to him, even though I'm looking directly at him. So hopefully, with the laptop there, I could, it's easier to tell that I'm looking at the guest or whatnot. Also, I'm trying to figure out the lighting setup. And now that the dusk is over here, I think I was over here for the what do you call it, the Luke unboxing thing. So I had to move like over here, and so I had to change the camera. So now I need to like make marks on the table, or even not even do that, because at some point I'm going to get a tripod that'll be on its own thing. Because right now this is on a selfie stick, and I don't think that's not going to do. That's not going to do for much longer. So I'm going to get a tripod. The tripod will come here. Hopefully you guys can listen to me. Can you guys even hear me? Oh fuck. I haven't even tried it out yet. Hang on, let's see. There might be a problem with the microphone. Let's see. I have no idea because I don't see any green bar right there. So that might be an issue. So just hold on. Give me a second. Very professional looking. Thank you, Shane. Thank you. I appreciate that. Um, and it's funny. It's just like two like little lights, and hopefully it's working out. I'm going to check this first to see if you guys can actually hear me, because I have no idea. Oh, it is working. Okay, good, good. I'm going to quickly turn it off. All right, wonderful, sweet. Because I could see my visual voice thing coming through the camera here, but I'm not hooked up to the camera. The microphone is through the snowball. So, oh, you can hear me fine. Okay, perfect, wonderful. That's awesome. Um, it's fun. It's funny too because I've been doing a lot of rearranging in here. So right here used to be the Harley Quinns, but I moved them over there on the other side of the camera, so you can't even see them anymore. So right now this spot is reserved for the Batman, but it's so pitch black you can't see anything. Hang on, let's move the light over here. There we go. Yeah, you could see Alfred, Batman, Catwoman, and the Batmobile. But at some point, I'm going to print out a background, so there's like some differentiating. So I don't know if it's going to be like the Bat Cave or Gotham, but it's got to be that Batman. It's like it's Robert Pattinson Batman, so it's either got to be like something red or something, or maybe just like big bold the Batman. But you can't really see it there because it's all totally black. So now it looks like a boring, slightly the background, slightly boring background. Also, I'm practicing the setup because tomorrow I'll be having like my first guest, Sarah Miller. I sent her a Christmas package, so she'll be opening her gifts live. So she said she's down for the YouTube thing because I didn't know what she wanted to do. Because I remember when I told her about the idea, she's like, "Oh, great, we can go live." So I was like, "Okay, maybe is it Instagram live or whatever?" But she said she's down for YouTube, and it'll be a late one. It'll be like 8:30 till 9:30. But I don't know if it'll go that long, but it's just going to be like her opening the box, and it'll be just chit chatting. Be a simple thing. But yeah, I wanted to make sure the desk was moved because that's like tomorrow. It's Christmas, Christmas Day unboxing of her gifts, and that's going to be really fun. So I wanted to make sure everything was moved over here. But yeah, I think it's cool. That's brand new. I don't know if you guys can see that. It is a Jurassic Park truck. I needed to get some brown paint, so I finally painted it. I tried to melt it down, but my little hair dryer wasn't good enough, and I'm too scared to put it in the oven just to let it melt a little bit. But that's the T-Rex truck, so it's right there. It's hanging on by fishing wire, fishing string. I planned at some point to put some like leaves there, maybe make it look like a fake what do you call it, jungle, like vines holding it. And then over here, I plan on printing out like plants on from the computer, just find plants, cutting them out and making it like right here bases. so you don't see this right here. It'll be all plants right there. That'll be cool. And then I'll print out a Batman background here. But yeah, I like the Jurassic Park stuff. I got to do some moving around over here because I'm not so crazy about the setup here because like the fashion Star Wars Barbie is sort of like a distraction. I think if I move the creature from the Black Lagoon and Jessica Alba over here, that might be fine. But yeah, it's a little off because she's like really bright and it's like kind of throwing everything off. You can't really see my extras, but that's okay. That's fine. You can see my Jurassic Park setup kind of. Let's see. Yeah, you can see the truck a little bit better now, and the T-Rex. I need to do like a better setup because right now it's just like kind of thrown there. Hang on, let's see. I quote Home Alone: "Merry Christmas, you filthy animal." Yeah, but yeah, that's a nice little Jurassic Park setup. Let me get out of the camera. There you go. Now it's unfocused. You see the T-Rex, some trucks. It's all just thrown there. It's not really nicely displayed yet, but it's getting there. It's getting there. Right now, let me get that in focus. Hang on. Yeah. Let's see. Get out of the camera. Right there. Yep. So the Ghostbusters look fine. That's cool. I like that setup. To me, that's like my favorite setup right there with the Ninja Turtles. Haven't opened up the new ones yet. And then up there is the 1/6 scale. Oops, hooked on the box. Right there. Yeah, that's the 1/6 scale. That's like Captain Marvel. What do you call it? Ray in Slave Leia gear. My custom Belle doll, things like that. They need stands. It's working on it. It's all work in progress. This shelf is like completely done. That's my Universal monsters, horror movie monsters, movie characters, things like that. That's done. The theme there is like they're coming out of the screen, like they're in a movie theater, sort of like an homage to the Blob and Scary Movie. That's what the theme is there. For the background for Ghostbusters is just like New York City with the ghosts and spirits coming out of the firehouse. And then the Statue of Liberty head. That's so cool. That's from the X-Men toy set. They actually had like play sets back then, and they had a Statue of Liberty head. So that's what that is. I bought that just for laughs, like, oh, it's like Planet of the Apes. But after doing a setup, I'm like, oh, geez, it works perfect for the Ghostbusters for Ghostbusters Part 2. And then over here, I have the Ninja Turtles. Hang on, yeah, there we go. I have the Ninja Turtles displayed, and behind them is the subway from Part 2. But I think after I switch out the Part 2 Ninja Turtles, I think it'll be even better. I plan on getting that, what's his name? Enya, or the kid, the karate kid from the movie. I forgot his name. I know I like the movie, but, I'm not really good with the character names. But yeah, it's looking really good so far. Oh, I guess you could kind of see them there. I was going to skip them because I didn't know you could see them on camera. But down there is the Toonie Terrors. They have their own background. And we have Batman 66. At some point, it'll be an HD video using this camera. I'll do like a whole thing, like probably commentary like this. But I'm just doing this to practice. I'm practicing live streaming because it's all new to me. And this is straight through YouTube. I'm not using the StreamYard. I want to use that for guests. I don't want to waste up all my time. Let's see. He's possessed. He's insane. He's my kind of guy. I don't get that reference. Tell me that reference, and that would be fine. Let's see. Is there anything else I'm missing out on over here? Not really. No. But yeah, the setup's looking pretty good. I just did my Sailor Moon setup. That's pretty awesome. That's over there behind the camera. I don't feel like moving everything over there. And also, that's all empty now because the desk used to be over there. So that's all empty. So now I plan to get like, I think what I'm thinking now is to get like a little cabinet thing with like a couple shelves, and then above it I'm going to do like posters, wall shelves. I keep seeing it on Instagram and on Facebook, but they keep advertising those scaffolding shelves. It looks like a fire escape, and that's perfect for action figures. So I want to do like a little diorama set where it's like actually have them ready. Hang on, where did I put them? I know they're around here somewhere. Oh yeah, here he is. Okay, so I plan on doing on the scaffolding. I'll have Joker holding a hostage like this to reference. Hang on, let me like put in the camera. I'll have this Joker, and like he's holding some generic character I have, and he'll be doing that. And then I plan on ordering the Frank Miller Dark Knight Returns because I wanted to use the McFarlane one, but it just doesn't look great. So I want to have like the Batman pose like this with Robin jumping there, and it's going to look like the comic book. And I think what I plan to do to make them look like they're hanging there and jumping is to get one of those iron things. I don't know what the hell they're called, but they're like this, and you usually hold a flag or planter on there. So I want to put that to the wall with some fishing string, so it looks like they're jumping towards the what do you call it, the fire escape. And I think that would be really cool. So that's the idea for that. Some posters, my Jinx posters, my iTanya poster, my signed Justice League poster. That'll go there. But yeah, it's all coming together. It's all coming together. Yeah. So hopefully you're enjoying the stream. I'm just practicing my setup. We got the camera here. Got to charge that for tomorrow. Again, tomorrow, the podcast or whatever live unboxing with my friend Sarah Miller will be happening tomorrow, probably 8:30, 9 o'clock, around that time. We'll see. It's all on her, though. It's whatever her time is. Yeah, Merry Christmas. If you're going to bounce out, yep, Merry Christmas. Yep. Happy holidays for all those, but I'll probably be doing more of these in the next coming weeks just because I like practicing. I like doing this stuff because for a long time I've been wanting to, talk to the audience with a nice setup and, talk about favorite things. Because at some point I want to do a thing about like off the shelf, like here's my favorite movie. Let me talk about it. I want to do that kind of stuff just to, build an audience, maybe make some money off this kind of stuff. I don't know. It's all early process. It's a lot of fun though. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, so right now off camera, so we have the top shelf. It's going to be the one I built online. So the very, very top where I had to flip the bottom because I did not want the unfinished part on top. To me, that just looked like stupid. I don't know why. It's me. It's me. I don't know why. It's just me. So I had the finished part on top, put the Michael Myers mask up there. I have my little Boglin up there with Goliath and Demona. I think that's her name from Gargoyles. Really enjoyed Frank Lunch with Frank. Oh, thank you. Enjoying the live stream so far. Keep them up. Great work. Awesome. Thank you. From now on, they'll probably be on this channel. I want my TV now. That's what I want to try. I've been cheating using Chief Brody rules just to get those people, but there hasn't really been that many feedback from that. So I'm like, okay, why not? Just start with I want my TV now. So this is perfect. So that's the top shelf. Demona from Gargoyles. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. I watched the cartoon, but I'm not a huge fan of the cartoon. I should say that. And then the top of the inside is Sailor Moon. Just posed those today. I had to get all my boxes and find all their little displays and then switch out their hands because when I bought them, I put all them in like silly poses and all that stuff. Like, but I didn't want that. So I looked up images online to have them look as close as they possibly could to like the animated like posters or whatever. So I have them all posed with a nice little Sailor Moon themed background. So they're up there now. And then all the Harley Quinns that were over here, along with Wonder Woman and my Batman Returns Batman, they're over there. Right now, what I have planned for that is like on Big Bad Toy Store, there's like these little platforms that are like clear or black or whatever. And you could like put figures on top of them for like displays on shelves. And that's what I plan to do. So for the back row, I want all of them elevated so you could see them. And then the front row, you could still see them. And there's that big giant space. So it's perfect. It's fine. And it gives me more space for collectibles because right now they're all like jammed together. But if they're all like elevated in there's like a back row, 4 can fit in the back row, and then like 3 or 4 can fit in the front row. That's perfect. That feeds my need to collect more Hot Toy collectibles. Like, yes. And also, since they never made a Suicide Squad Harley Quinn, I plan on getting like little accessories or finding it through my accessory boxes. I don't know. But I want to give her the guns from the movie. Hang on. Get out of the camera. Right there. Hey, God. Can you focus? There we go. It's focused. Yeah, it's very focused on face and stuff with this thing. So I got to like get close to it. But yeah, I want to give her the guns from the movie and pose her with the other Harleys I have. And then below her, or that level of the Hot Toys, I think I'm going to do my Speed Racer collection. It's going to be a mixture of new stuff I have that I bought Like my new stuff is like these Trixie, because I think my Trixie stuff is like all over the place. So I had to get some new Trixies. One of them is the Chase, and one of them is the regular one. I love these figures. These came out like the early 2000s, late 90s. Love them. So I plan on getting the whole set because there's not that many. I think they only lasted like a year. So I want to get the whole set with the Mach 5. Oh, man. Even though I haven't really watched that show, I've watched like, it was funny. I think I watched like 2 or 3 hours and I was like, okay, I got to turn this off. How much is left on the disc? And it was like 4 hours. I was like, holy shit. Because it's, I don't know if you guys ever watched Speed Racer, but it's like a really bad animation and it's just like serial storytelling. So it's like, oh no, will he survive? And then he does survive or whatever. But it's so wonderful. I was actually going to watch some tonight. I might still do that. So I want to watch some Speed Racer. I love that cartoon. I love it. It's I don't know why. I think it's like the look and the style. It's just great, and it's just like the idea of it, where it's like Speed Racer. It's Speed Racer. I love that. So that'll go there, and then below will be my GI Joe classifieds, and I have no fucking idea what I'm gonna do because like I've been carrying them from box to box. Okay, so originally I wanted to display the GI Joes somewhere over here. That didn't work out. So I was like, okay, I need to put them on. I need to get another shelf and then display them. So now that they're all just like laying there waiting to be disposed and displayed, I don't think they're gonna fit. And that kind of bums me out because I really love the GI Joes and I wanted to collect more. But this is like there's like no room. It's gonna be like max capacity of like the figures I have. I didn't know I had so many GI Joes from the new classified collection, but like it's so exciting though. Like I'm a little worried, like, oh no, I'm gonna run out of space, but I'm like, I'll finally be able to pose them. But the thing is, with those, I think I might have to order display stands. That's the thing. Because all these guys are like using my McFarlane stands. All the McFarlanes I don't have displayed. I have all their stands being used up here by these guys, so they don't fall over. Um, the thing that sucks about there's a Ripley I have, Ellen Ripley from NECA. She has like foot pegs, but like you can't put anything in there because like I guess there's like a factory error. They didn't drill deep enough, so it's just like right there. It's like no. So she has like a collector thing, so that takes up like a lot of space. But they're all on stands. All these characters are on stands, so they don't fall over. Um, my Justice League characters over here on the bottom, they're all on stands. So I'm trying to get stands for everybody. So with these GI Joe, so they don't fall over, I need like I don't know, 20, 30 stands. It's like ugh. I just bought stands for my wrestlers because originally they all look like they could stand because they're all big and bulky enough. Wrestlers could probably stand on their own, but the thing I've noticed is that I got all the way to the front, and since the front you're going to have like the main big stars, because in the back I have like Paige and Undertaker's things like that, but in the front I have like Hulk Hogan going, and of course it's Hogan, so he knocks everybody over on the roster. It's like ah fuck. So they all need stands, and right in the front is like Vince McMahon with the microphone, so it's really cool. I gotta turn off the ringer. I noticed in my old phone, like vlogs I've been watching, is like, oh, good, she did that. Okay, let's go to the chat. Merry Christmas, Frank. Been enjoying the live stream so far. Keep up the great work. Really enjoyed lunch with Frank too. I enjoyed the Guardians Galaxy Holiday Special. And then, like that design for Harley Quinn, but I really enjoyed the biker looked from Suicide Squad. Bum, she only had it for one scene. Oh, and all the ads, but I only had it for yep, exactly. I do have the leather suit Harley Quinn. She's over there, but I don't want to dig her out. She's all the way in the back. She's in the back with Two-Face, Wonder Woman, 84 specifically, because there's a difference between Wonder Woman with the BVS and 84, because BVS it's like darker colors, and 84 she's brighter colors. So I have Wonder Woman 84, Freddie Mercury, Michael Myers, Jason from Part 3, and I know Bane's over there. He must have fell over. The problem with those guys, they don't have foot pegs, so they gotta. Even though they could stand well, it's just they don't have foot pegs. So just gotta work on that. We'll work on it. You work on it. Oh my god, right? R.I.P. Rest in peace, Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman. I like how one day she's like, "Oh, I'm so proud of this character. Can't wait to see what's going to happen next with my character and what movies we make." And like the very next day, less than 24 hours later, they're like, "Oh, we're killing it. There's no Wonder Woman Part 3. Patty Jenkins is gone." And it just blows my mind what's going on with DC. Like they're shooting themselves in the foot. Like they really could not. Like I would prefer for them not to do a universe. Just don't do a universe. Just do whatever you want to do. If you want to do like connected storytelling, go ahead, do that. If you want to just do a Henry Cavill connected to Snyder, go ahead, do that. I don't know what the problem is though. It's probably like stupid behind the scenes shit. Like I bet Zack Snyder is still getting money from like Wonder Woman 84 and Justice League. So they're like, we don't want to pay him anymore. So we just gotta get rid of him. Maybe it's like backdoor dealing shit like that. We're like, we don't want to keep paying him anymore. He's like, yeah, we gotta, let's make a new franchise with nobody in charge. So I don't know. I don't know. I think it's stupid. But other than that, yeah. Let's see. Is there anything else I want to do during this test live stream? There is one more thing, a little fun thing. I don't know where I'm going to put them. I want to put them somewhere. I might put them in the DVD room just because Ride the Movies. I have a theme going on in the DVD room where it's all the mismatched characters where like I have an Elvis from his live show, so that's like a reference to the movie Elvis. I have like a little alien section of reaction figures, and then I have my Tron, which I need. Oh, it's not even Tron. It's Kevin Flynn. I have Kevin Flynn. He needs a foot peg stand, and then next to him is Snake Plissken, and he doesn't go anywhere in here. You could probably go here with the horror movie characters, but he's too big. He's like one of those Mego size characters. Or Mego. I don't know. I remember I got someone yelled at me. It's like, it's Mego. So I think it's Mego. So a Mego sized character over here. But yeah, that wouldn't work out. No. And he would probably knock the whole roster down. So I don't want to do that. But the thing is this little Mask of the Phantasm Joker. I want to actually like hang him from somewhere. I was kind of thinking just like hanging him like over here or something like that. Just be funny. But I don't know. I want to hang him somewhere. Probably over here. I could probably hang him over my desk. That'll be neat. I just saw more comments. Plenty of hang on. It's got to be something they're not talking about. Exactly, right? It's got to be something freaking stupid. I bet it's something stupid like they don't want to keep paying Zack Snyder because I bet he gets some sort of royalty from having his like creation of Gal Gadot and Henry Cavill. There must be something there where he gets like a percentage, and they're like, stop it, they're out. And then plenty of superheroes have had bad sequels, but still got more. Exactly. I was going to say this, but I actually like it now. So Fantastic Four, I was going to say, oh, that's a bad sequel, but it's not. Or at least my attitude has changed at an old age. Because as a kid, Fantastic Four 2 was the first movie I fell asleep at. That was like, I never had fallen asleep during a movie, and I fell asleep during Fantastic Four Part 2. Or whatever it is, Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer. Fell asleep, and I woke up like in the last of the third act where it was like the terrible death scene by Invisible Woman or whatnot, and I was like, this is shit. And then like a year or two ago, whenever I got Disney Plus, because I had Disney Plus and that's how I watched it. I actually liked it. I actually liked Rise of the Silver Surfer, and I don't know if it's because of all the years of getting the cookie cutter, sequels of like MCU shit. But like I really enjoyed Rise of the Silver Surfer because it just felt like, oh, you're like taking time with the characters. It's relaxing and there's not like that many big action sequences. And the bad guy's not really a bad guy, or I don't know, like if I can recall correctly. But yeah, it was actually kind of okay. Like I didn't hate it. It was all right. Although I did hate I do hate it. As a kid, I was like, ooh, but now as an adult, I'm just like, that's just terrible. Of how the Invisible Woman in both movies gets completely naked and has to like sneak around and it gets completely naked and then like made fun of in public. Like in the first one, it's so awful because like Chris Evans is just standing there. But like if I were a brother, I'd be like, no, don't look at my sister. Meanwhile, he's just like, sis, you got to do this. Like, you're gross fuck, And then in the sequel, like she's bare ass naked on the street and like no one's helping her. It's weird. It's so weird. And it's like at the same point in both movies. Ugh, it's embarrassing. It's like cringe. So cringe. We got some comments here. Very nostalgic for Rise of Silver Surfer. Saw it when it came out and I loved it. Feel the same way, but that compared to most MCU stuff, it feels like it's more like hang on. But okay, feel the same way. Compared to most MCU stuff, it feels more like that what superhero should be. Yes, I see what you mean. Yes. Oh yeah, superhero movies like back in the day, they weren't really like I don't like they slowed down with the characters and it wasn't like stupid, you know. For example of what I'm trying to say is like in the movie Ant-Man and the Wasp, there was a scene. Okay, so they're all tied up and like chained up, right? And then like Michael Douglas is like, "Hey, can I have my Altoids?" So they have the Altoids, and then they all escape. And I was expecting like, "Oh shit, this is gonna be like a chase scene, like," dun, 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 dun. And then there's no chase scene. They easily escaped, no problem. And then the very next scene is Paul Rudd with all his goofball friends, and they're just cracking jokes. Meanwhile, the stakes are elevated. Like the building has been stolen, their tech has been stolen. This should be the lowest point, but like Paul Rudd's like, "Hey, you can sit in my chair." "Yes, I sit on your chair." "But that's my chair. I bought this chair. You didn't buy this chair. I went to the," and it's like, holy shit! Like, what is your problem? What is your problem? There's like the stakes are high, like, or they should be. Like, you lost. This is the lowest point of the movie. And you're talking about a chair that you bought at a flea market. And it's so stupid. And you can tell it's like improvised because, like, the thing about improvisation editing, it's like they're smiling like this, like this, right? This way. Huh? Yeah, blah, 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 blah. And then when they're doing this, trying to be serious, like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, I bought it at the art sale." It's like, it doesn't match between the cuts. It doesn't match. So, anyway, I didn't like Ant-Man and the Wasp because their character moments were awful and not natural. It was just bad. I didn't like it. Sorry to go on a rant about Ant-Man and the Wasp, but that scene is just stuck in my head, like that whole sequence, because they were all tied up. Their tech has been stolen. The building has been stolen. They have to escape. I was expecting a nice chase scene or something like that. There was no chase scene. There's no like the villains or whoever the villains. I don't even think they were fully villains, but like they were not elevated enough to the level that they should have been, and it just seemed like a waste of time. There was like no stakes. It just like if you're watching a movie, there should be some sort of stake or like investment in the movie. And when you have no investment and the characters themselves aren't taking it seriously, why should I take the movie seriously? I don't know. That's my opinion. Let's go to the chat. Yeah, okay, so that no new comments. No new comments. All right. Oh my god, I've already been doing this for 27 minutes. Damn. I was just going to do this like a little test thing. But yeah. I guess that's about it, unless there's any more questions. Any more questions before I head out? I was just doing some practice setup, and then I'm probably going to charge everything. So it's all good. Making sure. Oh, here we go. Let's see. How even characters in sitcoms have more dramatic moments, right? Thoughts on Space Jam. Okay, I'll do that right before I leave. I'll do some thoughts on Space Jam 2. Space Jam 2, what I recall, and you know what the thing is about Space Jam 2? It's like, no, I don't know. Like, okay, so what just went through my head because I was like, different thoughts. I was going to say, like, if I was a kid, I'd probably like Space Jam 2. But that's like, because I was trying to think, like, if I was an adult now watching the first Space Jam, would I like that? And I probably wouldn't. I probably would not like the original first Space Jam. But I can't tell because all that nostalgia of the original there is in my head. But my thoughts on Space Jam 2 is that LeBron James like cannot act. I don't know. He just seemed like an ass, like unintentionally asshole-ish. And from what I recall, okay, so like he's talking to his kid and trying to force him to play basketball, if I'm correct. No, hang on. Let's go back further. So it starts out with him playing like Looney Tune video games, right? And they're like, no, video games are bad. And they throw out his best friend's Nintendo Game Boy. It's not even his, it's his friend's, and they throw it away. And then it cuts to him on the basketball field, or, basketball, whatever it's called, basketball floor. And he's training his son, and the son doesn't give a shit, and he doesn't give a shit what his son is doing because the son's trying to create a video game. And not only that, but like he breaks his son's video game, right? And then like blames the son for breaking it, even though he broke it because he did shit that he wasn't supposed to be doing. I don't know. Either way, it's a mess. I didn't like it, and it's so slow. It's so slow because I think in the original Space Jam, you can complain about it as much as you want as not being a real movie and basically just being a big giant commercial, which it is, at least there's some sort of pace, there's some sort of story going on. Because I think at least 30 or 40 minutes in, we're at the game. What the hell they're called, the Toonie, what the hell, Toon Squad. The Toon Squad are starting playing at least 30, 40 minutes into the movie. I think Michael Jordan gets like sucked in at like, like 15 minutes in, I guess. If you're having like a stopwatch, like, and it goes by at like a pace, and then there's like actual emotional stakes and things like that. Because even though as cheesy as the original Space Jam is, I do remember like getting teary eyed at the part when Wayne Knight gets on the field and he's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Jordan," and then Michael Jordan awkwardly walks down like the animated thing, but it's so like cool and elevated. And it's like, I believe I can fly. I don't know. It's just, I think there's like better emotional stakes in the original Space Jam, even though it's not quite a real movie. Um, it was just about like him living his dream about being a baseball player, but in order to do that, he had to do like one last thing. I don't know. There's like a nice element to it. Like, I guess that's the thing I could say about that. So in the first Space Jam, it's about positivity, about being supportive, because the father in the beginning is like, "Hey, Michael, you want to play some basketball? You're going to be the very best," you know. There's some positivity to that. And then the second Space Jam, it's about negativity, like, don't do this, don't do that. You're wasting your time. You should be playing basketball. You need to get out more. And it's like, it can't be too negative. I don't know. It's just me. And I think the reason why I'm thinking like, yeah, maybe I would like it as a kid, because I think my friend at work, she said her son liked Space Jam and she didn't like Space Jam. But yeah, I think you'd have to ask me when it came out, and that was like 2020, 2021, because right now it's all mush. It's like kind of there. Um, I think they froze the game. Well, that's right. They had to do like a Blues Brothers thing, right? They had to jump from world to world to recruit players, right? That's what the gag was. They wanted to do like the recruiting all the different Looney Tunes, because all the different Looney Tunes are in different worlds. Is it that? I don't know. That went on too long. I don't know what they were doing with that, but yeah. Let's see. He plays Game Boy as a kid and loses a basketball game. That's right. The stuff they keep cutting back to doesn't really matter. Yep. I wish Space Jam 2 had more 90s retro aesthetic. I think that's what the big charm of the first film. Yes, the tunes were all split up like the start of the Muppet movie. Yeah, they had to recruit them, right? And they had to go through different movies, and that was sort of fun. I don't know. That's a thing too, because when I heard the premise about like, oh my god, the Looney Tunes are going to be jumping from movie to movie, that just got my like, ooh, because one of my favorite movies of all time is Last Action Hero. And in Last Action Hero, they don't really do it much with the premise of movie jumping, because they have the movie ticket, but all they do is go from the Jack Slater world to the real world. And they kind of hint at it at the end when Benedict is like, "Oh, I can get in a Nightmare on Elm Street and King Kong and Rosemary's Baby," and it's like, "Oh shit, that's pretty cool." And I think like I like that premise, and I always pictured like a movie, like if you have the movie ticket, you could jump from movie to movie screen, and it would be similar to the scene from Monsters Incorporated, where like they open a door and they're into a different movie. And that would be so great. And like I think that could be done nowadays, because nowadays, like you could just film on the green screen with an actor and you could probably knock out all their scenes of the day or two. So you could have like I don't know, like just say the characters. We'll call him Danny, just for the sake of being easy. We have like Danny and Arnold Schwarzenegger jumping from movie to movie, and they're running into Tom Cruise from Mission Impossible, and then they're running to Gal Gadot from the Wonder Woman movie. But I guess it would have to be whatever is owned by that company. So I'm just giving an example. But like, if you are like, so we have Sony. So whatever Sony movie owns, like because but Sony owns Last Action Hero, so whatever Sony owns, they could jump from Sony movie to Sony movie. So you could have like running into Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, and then running into super bad characters, things like that, because they're all in that same universe or whatever. And then they could probably run into the Ghostbusters, because that's owned by Sony as well. And that would be so cool, because you'd be like, and you could easily get Dan Aykroyd, and the technology to make people young. It'd be so cool. Like they jump from movie to movie, and it'd just be like young Dan Aykroyd, like, "Hey, what's going on there?" It's like because they're in that scene, like the hotel, Ghostbusters. They get thrown in like, what movie are we in this time? And then it's like Dan Aykroyd with a cigarette, and it just drops. He's like, who the hell are you guys? It'd be so cool, so cool. But you need to have some sort of actual plot of why they're going from movie to movie. Like you could have all the references, but there would have to be some sort of reason why they're jumping from movie to movie, and it would have to matter. That's the thing. Like it's all fun and games to have like Tobey Maguire show up as Spider-Man. He wouldn't even have to show up. All you would have to do is like probably use like a deleted scene, because they did that with Thomas Hayden Church in Far From Home. He wasn't even in the movie. They just used like deleted scenes, and it was fine. It was perfect. So that would be my idea for like if you're gonna do like a reboot or something, and you're gonna jump from movie to movie, you have to make it matter. You have to make it count, and like don't make it too boring, because like with Looney Tunes Back in Action, I think if I recall correctly, that was the fun part when they were jumping from movie to movie, but it didn't last that long. It was like 5 minutes, and it really wasn't needed. It was almost like they all could have just been there, but like there has to be some sort of actual reason to go from movie to movie. Sort of like Ready Player One. That's another idea where I was like, oh shit, that's like Last Action Hero. Because Ready Player One, they go into the Shining world and they have to find clues in order to go to the next step. And you would have to do something like that with movie to movie, if you're jumping into movies. And they did that perfectly. I'd have to rewatch it again though. But if I recall, that Shining sequence in Ready Player One was really good. Let's see. It was funny, but as soon as they got back together, it just acted like they always have. They never do movie jumping cool stuff after that. Yeah, they never did. People were hating in the trailer, saying it was like Ready Player One, but there really wasn't much crossover outside the recruitment scene and crowd. Yep, that's true. You're totally right. They could do so much fun stuff with Looney Tunes classic films. Wasted. Yep. It's like Looney Tunes. Like I think that's their problem. I think they're trying to do like the real world stuff. I guess you could do that, but like, I think it would be so much fun if there's like some sort of thing where, like, so the movie premise is, I can't even use him because he's like 60 years old now, but like Ben Stiller in his prime, when he's in his 20s or 30s and he's that loser type guy, sort of a Night at the Museum premise where you have this kind of character who's hired at this dead end job. So what he has to do is collect the Looney Tune tins and like restore them or put them in the vault or some stupid shit. And then like as he's doing that, he drops one of them and it pops open, and they're not really film. It's actually the character. So like freaking Tasmanian Devil is like the first one he drops. He's like, blah, 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 and he starts spinning around. It's like, oh shit! And then all the film canisters going because he's spinning around the room, and all the Looney Tunes get loose, and they're like, Ro, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? And then like they're running away from the characters. Like, listen, man, we got to do this. And like, whatever you say, Doc. And like they have like the box from like I don't know. We'll go with The Shining, just to easy example. Whatever you say, Doc. They open up the Warner Brothers like Shining, and then they get dropped in like, they're falling, and then it's like dun, dun, dun. Like the words are there and the character falls through. Then the main character becomes animated with the Looney Tunes. And then in order to get out of that, they find like another film reel thing or whatever. They keep busting through it like so all these characters get loose. Like they're running down the hallway from like a Jack Nicholson, like animated Jack Nicholson or some shit. And then I don't know, you just jump from movie to movie. You could do like King Kong. I don't know if they still have the rights to that. King Kong, and then like Lethal Weapon or some shit, and then like Superman. Bum, 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 bum. That would be so funny. Where they open up the Superman thing and it's like that scene from Shazam where you don't see the head of Henry Cavill, and you don't see the head of Christopher Reeve, and you don't see the head of Brandon Ralph, but they're like, it's Superman. I don't know. I think that would be like a little funny gag where you don't see the actor's head, you just see their chest shield. Because like we can't show them in this film. That would be so funny. I'm sold. That would be really fun, right? And it's just a stupid idea that you had on top of your head, right? But I guess what happens is like the suits get involved. Like, well, we can't have that. We can't have them jump into The Shining, and that would, it would ruin. We have to respect the classic, so we can't really jump into, you know, um, things that you want to jump in. Like we can't use The Shining. We can't have them jump into Wizard of Oz. Those films are well respected. We can give you Casablanca, but we can't give you anything else. And it must be something like that, where it's just like people in suits are like, you got to do this, you got to do that. Put a Game Boy in it, put a Sony TV in it, put a, I don't know, McDonald's ad in it. It's probably something like that, where everyone has to be on the same page in order before you do something. But yeah, that's funny. I went on a whole thing about Space Jam or like a Looney Tunes movie. I don't know who would do that nowadays. Who would be that character, that loser type? I don't know. That's the thing. There's no actors anymore. If funny, how about that? How about the guy who says, I'm a star, I'm a big, bright, shining star? The guy from Shang-Chi, whatever his name is, Simu, the guy who says, I'm a star, I'm an international star. You respect me. And it's like he's only been in one movie and he's not a huge star. How about have him in the Looney Tunes movie? No, wait. I just figured it out. I know who I would use. Um fuck, I don't know his name. He's the guy from Off the Boat. He was Fake Jim. He played let's see, Fake Jim actor. Fake Jim actor. I know it's like Park, something Park. Hold on, podcast. Randall Park. Randall Park would be perfect for that Looney Tunes movie because he's like, I just lost my job. How am I going to get here? And then they hire him, and he's like, I gotta find the Looney Tunes. And then it'd be so fun. Oh my god! And then like they could redo the Mad Max thing. Ah. Oh yeah, he would be annoying. Yeah, don't use the Shang-Chi guy. But Randall Park would be amazing. Yes. Randall. Here's the thing with Randall Park. I was watching Off the Boat and I was thinking like, holy fuck. Like if I were in charge of Hollywood and making reboots and crap, I would make him the new Clark Griswold. He is that perfect, where he's trying to stay sane while everything around him is going crazy and then like he can snap. I think he's perfect for that. He's like that Chevy Chase type for Christmas Vacation. I guess you could jump into those movies in the Looney Tunes. But yeah, Randall Park. I think Randall Park would be perfect for a Looney Tunes movie. And you'd have someone like classic, hiring him. Probably have Ben Stiller saying like, "Hey, we have all these old film canisters here, and we got to move them out of here. We got to move them out of here. We need to make more space for the hard drives. We're keeping all the movies on hard drives. We got to move everything over there." And that could be it too. Like, he pushes all the things in there, and all the film canisters get stuck put in the hard drive. Like, use that element from Space Jam 2 with the hard drive thing, right? Because that's an interesting idea where all the movies are on the shared hard drive and you could jump from world to world, but they never did anything with it. I guess the other thing I'm thinking of too, inspired by this, is that scene in Looney Tunes Back in Action. Not that great of a movie, but one they jump from painting to painting. That is so fun and inspired and great. It's like that's like the best part of the movie in Looney Tunes Back in Action is when they're jumping from painting to painting. There's that. Um, oh my god, I can picture that so clearly. That would be perfect too, and I kind of enjoyed the Vacation. I haven't seen the Vacation reboot. I was a little worried because it's Ed Helms. Ed Helms himself kind of makes me cringe, and I think it's just because of those Hangover movies and his character is of Andy Dwyer from The Office. There's just something about him where it's like I see him as that character now, where I see him as he looks like a nice guy, but behind the door, like he's into like really weird, freaky shit. That's how I see him because I think at the end of like Hangover 2, like he has like a pair of tits. He's like, no woman or whatever. So it's like that I can't get that visual out of my mind. So whenever I see Ed Helms, I'm like, I'm like, he has that freak vibe. Like, I don't trust you anymore. But yes, Randall Park as Chevy Chase, or not Chevy Chase, as Clark Griswold. And you could do like a whole who could be the nice woman in that movie? Let's try to do a fan cast of Vacation. So Randall Park is the Chevy Chase. And then what do you call it? We could have Who could be the wife? Oh, just because she isn't really in much movies and I want her to be a bigger star. Let's have Zoe Saldana as the wife. Let's mix it up. Let's mix it up, guys. Let's mix it up. Inspired casting, a mixed race couple with mixed race kids. They're traveling across country to go to Wally World. Yes, I love it. I love it. Yes. I could just because like, Zoe Saldana, I really love Zoe Saldana, but like she hasn't really done much. It's like she's chained to the Marvel movies. She should be a bigger star, and I know she could be funny. So put her and Randall Park in a vacation movie. It'd be so fun. It'd be so fun. Oh my god. Yes, Hollywood, get on this, right? Right? Like I get like because I was kind of thinking like who could we have like someone like Beverly D'Angelo, like a nice hot blonde, but I'm like, no, let's go with Zoe Saldana and Randall Park. That's a nice couple. I like that. That'd be so cool. Oh man. And then you could have like cameos from other actors, like I guess you really couldn't because I think they're all old now. And when I do see cameos, now I'm like, yeah. Like I was trying to avoid the Ant-Man Quantum of Solace, whatever the hell that trailer is. I was really trying to avoid it because I don't care. And if I don't care, I don't give it my attention. So I accidentally saw the trailer for Quantum of Solace, whatever the hell it's called. And I saw Bill Murray is now in the MCU, and I was like, fuck, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel of actors to put in these things because we were getting there when they were putting like Jeff Goldblum in this thing. And now we got Bill Murray in these movies. Like, fuck. Everyone's like getting desperate or just taking the money to be in these goddamn things, and it's just not fun. Ugh. It would be so great to see her doing crazy comedy stuff with that. Yep, exactly. She's always covered in alien makeup and doing stupid shit. Ugh. Give Zoe Saldana her chance, her time to shine in the sun. And stop giving Chris Pine franchise movies. I want him to do good movies. It always bothers me when they're trying to throw him into the Dungeons and Dragons movie. It's like, stop it. You're ruining his reputation. At the end of his career, I want him to have like 5 Hell or High Water type movies. I don't want him to be like Jack Ryan, Star Trek, whatever that Disney movie was, the Behind the Mirror or whatever, some failed movie. Ugh. I feel so sorry for that crew. The entire cast of Star Trek. I feel sorry for them because they really haven't done anything since. It's almost like they're all in hiatus. Like they keep being told, like we're going to do another Star Trek movie, another one, but they're never making it. Because what the hell happened to Zachary Quintano, right? I think he's doing TV. That's right. Never mind. Because a lot of these actors are, I'm like, where the hell are these actors? And they're doing like TV shows like Paul Giamatti. I was like, where the hell's Paul Giamatti? Meanwhile, he's like on season 8 of some fucking show that's on like Hulu or Amazon that no one's ever heard of. It's like, oh, that's where that actor is. They're doing a TV show. So I don't know. Maybe Zachary Quinto is working on something. I do remember he was on The Slap, but that's been like 5-10 years at this point. Well, yeah, I don't know what the hell they're doing. Let's see, let's go to the comments. She would own it. Right. Chris, oh my God. Dude, Chris Pine needs his ambulance or his pig. Exactly. He dipped his toe in it with like Hell or High Water, but everything after that, it's been some stupid franchise thing. But yes, he needs his own ambulance. I was just going to show my ambulance over there, but I think I already showed on the thing and it's way over there. I don't get it. I'm lazy. Just know that I have an ambulance. It's like there. But yeah, with ambulance, what I hope that inspires? I hope that inspires some crazy ass drone movies. Because when they introduce these drones into movies, I'm like, okay, sure, you could do like an overpass shot. But that's so fucking boring. Like if you're going to do it, because like I'm not sold on drones. I'm still not. And the first thing that really made me go like, there's potential there. There was like a viral video where the drone went through like a bowling alley like 3 times at different like points. That was really cool. And I was like, holy shit, if you could do that with like a movie, because it was all real. It wasn't CGI. They had people at a fucking bowling alley and they had the drone like fly through the back scenes, through the bar, between like people's legs or whenever they're cleaning the ball. And it was all done practical and they were like flying a drone. And that was amazing. And with ambulance, it was so great to see what they could do with it. Like, of course, there's too many like crosscuts, but if you like let it play out where it goes like, that would be so cool for like an action movie. I love ambulance, and that's like the closest I've seen drones used to how I want them to be used in movies because they're flying below cars. It's putting you in the action. It's flying over the action. it's a ride without feeling like a ride. Like I just seen Avatar, A Way of Water, and that literally felt like a Disney ride. It felt like you're riding Soarin', but with Ambulance, it doesn't feel like a ride. It feels like you're in the action, and that's the huge difference. And surprisingly, Michael Bay puts you in the action, and meanwhile, freaking James Cameron, the guy who calls himself the king and the $1 billion man, he just made a ride. He's no different than like the Marvel movies where it's just a ride. And it's like freaking Michael Bay's out there like putting you in the action and like, you're invested. Like as simple as that movie Ambulance is, and how it is kind of overlong. If I recall, isn't it like close to 3 hours? I know it's like 2.5, but it might be close to 3 hours. But yeah, you're invested with the characters. The girl, I forgot her name. She's fantastic in it. Jake Gyllenhaal's great in it, and like all those movies, like I was talking about, like Space Jam 2, how it's like takes too long, like to freaking Ambulance. I think we're in that ambulance at least 15 minutes into the movie or something like that, close to it, because that first 5-10 minutes, you get it. He needs money. So he goes to the brother for some money because his brother said, hey, you can help me out with the gig. And then he's in the middle of the action. You're following it and you're in the middle of it. And then you're on this adventure in the ambulance. And it's fantastic. And like the humor in it was actually pretty decent and pretty cool. Yeah, it was nice. It kind of felt like that world of Ambulance, hot take or weird version or, an idea, but I can almost see that taking place in the world of Crank 1 and Crank 2, that world of Ambulance. Like I could see like Chev Chevalios, with the characters, you know what I mean? Oh my God. I think that would be cool for like a triple feature. If you're going to watch movies all day, start out with Crank 2, and then Ambulance. That's a fucking day. That is awesome. Let's see. Let's go to the thing. Let's see. Picture the scene is great. Oh shit, I don't know. I kept going on my talking. It was passable before I saw it came out, but yeah, I was just hyped that. Yes, Hollywood would get on this. She would own. Oh, okay, that's an old one. The Chases and Ambulance was top tier. All in one day movies are the best. Oh yes, I know what you're saying. All in one day, where all the all the shit happens in one day. So that would be like Crank and Crank 2 and Ambulance and Speed. Fuck, I love Speed. Speed is so good. Oh man, like that's where I want to read. Okay, so earlier today, actually last night. So last night, I think somebody, I don't know, it was a couple days ago. So whenever I was building my shelf, somebody was asking me, "Hey, what's your favorite? What's your top 5 movies?" And for the life of me, I couldn't remember because I knew it was Die Hard was number 1, number 2 was Halloween, number 3 I thought was Last Action Hero, but apparently it was Jurassic Park. Number 4 was Last Action Hero, and number 5 was Star Wars. And nowadays, I don't think that would be quite accurate. And I was looking at the tiered list because I made a video like top 20 favorite movies, and I don't think it holds up. Like I'm shocked that The Shining and Silence of the Lambs are not in the top 10. I'm shocked. I watched that video. I was like, what the hell? Why are they not in the top 10? And then I saw the Star Wars in number 5. Like, yeah, I like Star Wars, but now in 2020, I don't think it'd be in the top 10. It might be in the top 20, but I don't think it'd be in the top 10. Because I think like movies like Beetlejuice and Ghostbusters and Speed would be in like close to the top 10 or, in the top 20 at least, because I love Speed. Like whenever I watch that movie, it's like, fuck, that's kind of underrated, isn't it? Because everyone talks about Die Hard, everyone talks about like Lethal Weapon, John Wick. No one really talks about Speed, and I think the thing that really hinders Speed is that final act of in the subway. But to me, I kind of like it. It's fine, but it's like that unnecessary subway scene at the end. I think that's what like gives it some minus points and why it's not quite as beloved. Like I'm sure it's still beloved, but not quite as beloved. Let's go to the thing. Let's see. Between Ambulance and Bullet Train, I really hope movies set on moving transportation make a big comeback. Ooh, I was okay with Bullet Train. There was things that didn't make sense to me. There was like, what was the point of Tangerine and Lemon having to get off the train to show that Sun was alive if they were going to kill the Sun anyway? I didn't quite get that. They didn't have to get off the train. It was bullshit. They didn't need, I don't know. Something about that didn't make sense. And the other thing that didn't make sense was why Bad Bunny was angry at Brad Pitt. I understand that Brad Pitt was at the wedding, but did he make the connection that Brad Pitt killed his wife? because that's not really there either. He just saw Brad Pitt and started fighting him, and there wasn't much established there, so that didn't quite make sense to me. Um, but I did like the fight sequences. Some of it was too easy to call, like when they showed that cat character. I don't know if it's because I saw Smoking Aces and I'm like, okay, this is what I'm expecting with Bullet Train. But when I saw that cat character, we're like, it's like, oh, okay, that's a hitman. That's a hitman. Clearly, as like and gear to make it look like they're a fun little character and funny. And then what was the other thing they missed out in that movie? I think they missed out on having like Channing Tatum do another sex joke, because I think the first one was he was sitting there and says, "Is this some sort of sex thing?" And then the next thing was, "Is this the sex thing?" The third thing should have been like him like banging like that the train conductor, the guy from Hero. That guy, like that, like they should have been like full blown fucking, like when the train's crashing and then you go through all these characters like whoa, slow motion, like the door should have opened in the bathroom and you should have just seen like Channing Tatum like, oh, like with the train conductor. That would have been hilarious, because that would have been like the third thing, because you have to do comedy in threes. They only did it twice, so like it has to pay off, because clearly Channing Tatum wants to do a sex thing. So as the train's crashing in slow motion and everyone's going whoa, the doors flip open and you just see like ah. That would have been hilarious. Let's see. I think BT is so fast paced and twisty funny that you aren't supposed to question the plot, even if it doesn't make sense. But I get why it would be confusing. Yeah. Um, I guess I don't know if I was thinking after the movie. I was definitely thinking during the movie, like, why was that there? Why did that happen? Um, yeah, exactly. That would be a great climax of the gag, because that's what I was expecting. I was like, okay, they're going like at some point Channing Tatum was going to get his rocks off doing some weird sex thing on the train. Never happened. I don't know. Like, I think that's right. I think they were trying to do like a PG-13, right? Or was it R? No, there was a lot of blood vomiting, so it had to have been R. But they didn't go all the way with that R. Like he should have been like getting head in the train at some point by a character doing some weird sex shit. That would have been hilarious. Like they would have done that in Smoking Aces. They did a lot of weird shit in Smoking Aces. I don't know. But yeah, there are some things in that movie that didn't quite make sense to me. But I was thinking, like in the movie, I was like, why? But I think I'd give that movie like a solid 3. I was entertained. I don't know if I recommend it or watch it again, but because that's how my recommend, like my rating system's all fucked up. So to me, like a 5-star movie is like I'm owning that. If it's a 5-star movie, usually it's like it's in my collection. I'm owning it. I'm recommending it. A 4-star movie is like, I like it, I loved it, I'll recommend it, but I'm not buying it. And then like a 3-star one's like, I might buy it, might not. Go see it. You don't have to, kind of territory. And I think that's what Bullet Train is. It's a 3-star movie for me, where it's okay, kind of reaches that point, and it's all right. Because there's some movies that are, I don't know. Because if I try to rate movies realistically, I feel like that's bad. I don't know. Because like, for example, like Halloween 2, the original 1981. That's probably like realistically, if we're going to talk about like movies and actually judging them, that's probably like a 2-star movie. But in the Frank rating, it's a 5-star. It's classic. I fucking love it. It's the best thing ever. It's Michael Myers in a hospital. He's killing people. You got Laurie Strode. It's amazing. It's the same night. Everything looks the same as the first movie. It's awesome. But like, if you're rating it realistically, it's like a 2-star. I don't know. So I try not to rate movies realistically. Like Bullet Train, that's probably 3-star. 3-star because you can see it. If you're not want to see it, that's fine. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I don't think I wasted my time seeing it. So that's why I give it a 3-star. But it's not something I'd buy. It's not like a movie I want to watch again. I don't know. That's my weird rating system. I don't know how to explain it properly, but that's that. Let's see. I wondered if it was kind of tame R because they weren't sure. Ooh, that could be it. Yes, that could be it. Because there's you know what really bothered me about Bullet Train? And it's just me. I know it's just me. Because I'm a cynical movie guy. So at the end, when Sandra Bullock is talking to Brad Pitt, I know that they're not in the same scene. They are completely on different days. Brad Pitt filmed his shit 12 months ago. Sandra Bullock got pulled in last minute, and they have like lookalikes from the back of the head because they didn't know who they're going to get. Like, we can get Halle Berry or we can get somebody. We're not 100% sure who we want as the girl in the voice because he could be talking to anybody. So we don't know who he is because that could have been Halle Berry, Sandra Bullock, Margot Robbie. I think they were kind of doing that. Like, it could have been anybody. So like, who can we get? Who's available? Okay, you're available. We can get, Sandra Bullock in here. So when I watched it, seemed like the back of the head, it's totally not Brad Pitt, and the back of her head is totally not Sandra Bullock. And like the one shot when they're walking together, I was like in the theater, like really like is how are they doing that? Is it like because I think it's the last action hero kind of shit where it's they film like one take of that and then they film the other take and then they like blend the takes together, or maybe they're doing some like weird deep fake shit because they're totally not on the same day, totally. But that's just me because I find weird shit like that interesting about movies. um just for example, the reason why this pops in my head is because when I was watching Planet Terror, the Robert Rodriguez movie, they did this interesting thing because they explain it in the commentary where they're like, we wanted to do a reference to the old Grindhouse movies, those old 70s movies where they would get a big name actor and just film all their stuff in one day. And we did that with Bruce Willis. So when I watch Planet Terror and it's like Bruce Willis, like, where is the shit? And like, I swore to my man. Like, you could tell they filmed all that shit in the same day. It's so great. So when I'm watching like old movies, like example Tentacles, I don't know if you guys remember that 1977 film, a Jaws ripoff. It's about a killer octopus that's awakened from like testing. So in the movie Tentacles, their big name actor was Peter Fonda, and all his scenes are filmed in the same location, and you can tell that they got him there at 9 a.m. and they just filmed all his scenes throughout the day. All he did was like change his outfit, and because he's always on the phone, he's always on the phone with somebody like, "Hey, blah 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 blah, this and that." Blah, blah. He never interacts with any of the characters. It's so funny. Oh my god! So when I watch something like Bullet Train, that's like the modern day like Grindhouse, 70s film where they get the big name actor who only shot for like a day, and that just kills me. Let's go to the chat. Hmm. That green screen was laughingly bad, even for modern films. They literally phoned Sandy B in. It looks so fake. Honestly, wonder if they just ran out of money. I think they were saving money because there's a little film out there called The Lost City, starring Channing Tatum, Sandra Bullock, and Brad Pitt. So what I think was, in order to save money on reshoots, because it's by all Sony, it's all Sony. So in order to save money on reshoots, they're like, hey, let's use all these actors we have at the same time to do reshoots. Let's save some fucking money. Because at the end of that movie, The Lost City, Channing Tatum is fucking shaved bald. Throughout the whole movie, he has long hair, but for some reason, he is shaved bald at the end of Lost City. And in the movie Bullet Train, he shaved bald because I'm assuming he was doing that for Magic Mike. So in order to save money by Sony, they filmed all those actors on the same day or whatever, at least close to it for the reshoots. I think that's what it is. Okay, let's see. LOL, true. That's almost definitely what it was. Exactly, right? Exactly. And not only that, but like The Lost City is awful. I think my friend Paige gave it like 3 stars, and I was like, oh my god, how could you give that movie 3 stars? If anyone sees the movie The Lost City, that movie is saved with editing. It is all voiceover because whenever they do a Joker gag, it's usually someone on the phone and they're showing like a close up of the phone and they have like someone talking and making jokes. Meanwhile, the actor in the scene is just like, hey, where's my ticket? Where's my phone? I'm trying to get a flight out there. Meanwhile, they're just holding the phone in their hand. No one's talking. Meanwhile, they're having jokes being said on the phone. Meanwhile, no one's on the fucking phone. And then the other thing is like in action scenes, like they have the scene, right? And at the end, when they're turning away, they have something like, "Oh, I pooped, I farted, I joked, I said a funny thing." Every fucking time, if you watch The Lost City, so whenever there's a joke, they're running away. You don't see their mouths moving. It's just the back of their heads when they're roaming away, and it's so fucked up. It is so fucked up. So fucked up. Oh my god. Um, let's see. Magic Mike 3 trailer though. Soderbergh is back, baby. I haven't seen the Magic Mike trailer. Like I said in previous streams, I haven't really been thinking about movies. I'm thinking about building my space and making sure I order all the cool and fun stuff that I want and focusing on that basically because there's like a lot of things on my mind at the moment because I'm like, okay, I need this still, I need that still. I'm not really thinking about movies because I don't know. Something happened. Something happened this year where it just made me think like I don't know, like the magic of movies like was gone or something. I don't know. It was like it was shortly after Nope because after Nope there was like a lot of nothing. And whatever I did see, it was just like, oh fuck, and it was all old shit. And it was like, man, I like old movies. It was like the old Phantom of the Opera, old Black Lagoon, old Halloween, and everything new was just like, like even though I liked Elvis, it was just like, eh, like it's almost there. It's almost there. It's really good and awesome. It's the Frank Ireland 5-star because I own it and would watch it again. But it's just like if I were to judge it realistically, it would probably be a 2.5, 3 movie, realistically. But the Frank rating it's a 5 because it's so wonderful. Austin Butler is great. I like a lot of the sequences. Oh my god, the when, when they show the scene with Elvis going like ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba, and it's so fucking cool because it just gets you riled up and then like please let my dreams come true. I don't know, there's like a lot of good moments in that movie, but it's not 100% there. It's like at 75%. It's I think it's the Tom Hanks shit that's like ooh yeah. I think it's that stuff. It doesn't quite mesh with that because it's like goofy Tom Hanks doing a voice. Yeah. So then after that, I seen like Pray for the Devil, which sucked. That sucked. Um, I wouldn't. I should say it sucked. It was okay. It was okay for what it was. I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't watch it again. But like, man, if it were me, like if you were to say, Frank, okay, if you want to make a horror movie right now, what kind of horror movie would you want to do? It's like I would kind of want to do the possession movie, but then I would want to do like the priest being super fucking goofy. Like I think the movie The Nun was so fucking close. It was so fucking close being goofy. Like I would almost like want a Bruce Campbell from Evil Dead 2 or Kyle Chandler from King Kong, like a goofy kind of fucking character priest who's fighting these evil things and it's like all goofy like pull out your Bibles and they pull out the Bibles and then they pull out the collars of some shit. Make it like really funny and cheesy and cool and like actually go full out and don't try to make it creepy. Like I guess you could make it creepy, but make it still funny. And that's what I would do. I would take my own possession movie and I feel like The Nun and Pray for the Devil they're like knocking at the door, but they don't open it to go full silly. Because at the end of fucking the Pray for the Devil, they like leave it for sequel bait. Because they're like, you're the first female girl to ever do this, to actually successfully stop a possession in 100 years or whatever. So we're sending you to the Vatican and Rome. So at the end, she's like in the taxi cab, and she looks out the window, and there's like an evil spirit like coming closer to her, and then she looks in the cab driver and then in the back seat and she like pulls out like her cross or some shit. And I was like, oh my God, why wasn't it this goofy through the whole thing? I wish it was that goofy. Oh, I don't know. But anyway, I think if you're like, Frank, what kind of horror movie would you do? Like, I want to do a goofy fucking possession movie with a priest. Probably not Bruce Campbell because he's way too old, but maybe Kyle Chandler. I think he's in that sweet spot right now where he's not too old, where I would have him do like some goofy shit. And it's all because of his scenes in King Kong, because not of his angry dad, but because of him in King Kong. That's what I would want to do. Let's see. Yeah, I've been really burned by 2022 films. Nothing that stand out. Thoughts on upcoming Exorcist reboot trilogy. I don't know. Like I don't want to be so negative. Hang on, let me get this out of the shot. I just noticed it's in the shot. I don't want to be too negative about movies. I don't want to piss on everything, but it's just like I'm not interested right now. The only things that I'm really interested in are Scream 6, because I love Scream. That's a movie franchise where I've totally turned around on, because there was at some point where I didn't really care. But over the last 2-3 years, I've really grown to love it. So there's that. Um, Mission Impossible Part One of Dead Reckoning. I wish they didn't say it was Part One, because right now with Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part One, I know exactly how it's going to end, and it hurts my fucking heart because like I love Mission Impossible so much. Like I'm gonna get teary eyed. I'm sorry. I love Mission Impossible so much because Ethan Hunt does whatever he needs to do in order to make the to succeed with the mission. And like example in Ghost Protocol, like he's throwing cars around to a point where like his body is like basically broken. Like I don't know like how he's gonna survive, and like he hits the button to stop what he needs to do. And like he tries so fucking hard. Like in like I'm sorry, in like Fallout, like he makes sure the pins pulled and all that, so make sure like the water supply of the world's not ruined. So like when I hear Dead Reckoning Part One, I know at the end of the movie he's not gonna he's not gonna accomplish the mission, and I don't want that to happen to Ethan Hunt. I want him to save the day, and it just bums me out. I remember like watching that trailer, and then at the end it said like Dead Reckoning, and it said Part One. I'm like, oh no, I can see the ending already. I know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna be like, oh my god, it's gonna be like the first Lord of the Rings movie. Because I remember being a kid having no fucking idea what Lord of the Rings was, didn't give a shit, didn't care. Nothing else was in the theater. We went to see Fellowship of the Ring, and you see them go on this journey, and Gandalf dies and all this crap. And then at the end, you're like, oh my god, the movie's over. And like like the credits go like Peter Jackson. It's like, oh my god, there's like two more movies. So that's how I feel like with this Dead Reckoning, where it's oh my god, I feel so embarrassed about crying about Mission Impossible. But like I really love the character of Ethan Hunt, and he I don't know, like those movies are so well made. And just knowing the ending of the movie where he's not going to survive the mission, or he's not going to solve it. There's going to be a part two, and it's just like fuck. I don't know. It kind of bums me out, but I'm so looking forward to Scream, Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning. Is there anything else coming out? What else coming out? Let's see. Almost nothing in the upcoming. Scream 2 is incredible, dude. Okay, so Scream 2 has always been my favorite movie of the Scream series. Like I remember for the longest time, I'm like, I don't care about Scream. I only like Scream 2. But after rewatching them so often, like these last couple months and last couple years or whatever, fuck, dude, like they're all really good. Like, but the sequel, Scream 2, is so fucking good. And the thing I realized while watching it on the big screen, it is so awesome. Like the pacing is well done. All the like the red herrings are really well done, and it's a great world building of the first movie. And it's still meta, it's still great. The characters are so well written in Scream 2. And then the thing that really bummed me out about watching it on the big screen, because it's supposed to be like the hero shot of Sydney Campbell, like, yeah, she survived, but it just gave me a fucking melancholy feeling that like she lost her boyfriend, she lost her best friend, she lost Randy, she almost lost Dewey. Like she almost lost everybody in her life, and it's supposed to be like this cool hero shot. And it was just like, oh my god, I feel so sorry for her. I honestly, I feel so sorry for her. And then like it's even worse as the movies go on. It's almost like I always have this thing whenever I think about like Last Action Hero. So my favorite thing about Last Action Hero is when Arnold Schwarzenegger interacts with Jack Slater, and Jack Slater's like, hey, I don't really like you, man. You brought me nothing but pain. So that's what I think about. Like, if you were to bring out, like, because like the two characters I think about now are like Logan and the Sidney Prescott. If you were to bring them into the real world and say, hey, your whole life was a movie, I think they'd be so fucking pissed. Like, Logan would be like, oh my God, I lost so many loved ones over and over again for entertainment. What the fuck is wrong with you? And the same thing with Sidney Prescott. I think she'd like vomit and throw up. Like, oh my God, my whole life has been a fucking movie. And it's just like, I lost my friends. I lost my family. Oh my God. It just like, I don't know. That's that element of Scream of that, like thinking about like, oh, Sidney Prescott is a real human being, because Sidney Prescott is so great. Like the only thing that's like, even though, okay, cards at the table, I do like the new Scream movie, the one that came out in 2022. That one is really good. I enjoyed it. But after rewatching 1 through 4, and after seeing, the fifth one, it's just like her story's really done. Sydney Prescott, her story's done. And it's almost like they brought her in for safety, like, okay, you've been in the other ones, we're going to bring you back. Because it just felt so, like, in retrospect, it felt unnecessary. But at the time when I watched it on the TV, we're like, oh, yeah, Sydney Prescott's back. But after watching 1 through 4, I'm like, her story's done. And, like, I'm kind of okay if she's not in 6. I know there's a big, giant controversy that she's not in 6, but I'm like, I want her to be happy. I want her to be like Indiana Jones at the end of fucking, Last Crusade. I want her to run the sunset with her dad or whatever. It's like she's happy. I want to know that she's gonna be okay. I want Sydney Prescott to be happy. And she married Mark from Scream 3. She has kids. Let her be happy. For the love of fucking Christ, let Sydney Prescott be happy. Oh my God. How long have we been going? Hour? Oh my God. Let's see. Let's go to the comments. I feel like such a stick in the mud, but I really don't like that last film. I'm not looking forward to a new one. But for me, I like about the first 5, each film, new director. For MI. What? You didn't like Fallout? Aw. Fallout's like the best movie. Or are you talking about 5? Wait, hang on. What? Not looking for the new one. For me, what I liked about the first 5 of these. Wait, are you serious? Oh wait, did it freeze? Oh no. Oh wait, okay. For a second there, I thought it froze. You don't like Fallout? You don't like Fallout? Oh my God. You don't like Fallout? You're the first. Oh my God, you're the first. I'm so sorry. Oh my God, you don't like Fallout? Scream 4 had a lot of charm, maybe nostalgia for free. I really enjoyed it. Scream 4, like, I avoided Scream 4 for years. I think I saw bits and pieces, but I tried to avoid it because it looked like those stupid mid-2000 movie because it has like that filter and high contrast. So I really tried to avoid Scream 4. But actually sitting down and watching Scream 4 is so fucking good. There are so many good fucking gags. Like, I like the 2 cops sitting outside. There's like a little moment with them, like, I'll be right back, and they're trying not to follow the rules. And like, I'm Bruce Willis, dude. I'm Bruce Willis. So at the end, like, oh, the guy has a throat slit, and then he's like dying, and he gets like stabbed in the head, and he's like, fuck Bruce Willis. It's so good. And then like the whole element that is so perfect with the niece about her being the killer, and you almost think she's going to get away with it. It's so good. It's so well done when she like throws herself through the table. She stabbed her boyfriend, and she like cuddles up with Nev Campbell or Sydney Prescott. She's like, oh God, pose looking perfect. And at the end, she's like, fucking Michael Myers. I'm gonna fucking, and she doesn't even care about like being the last final girl. She's like, I'm gonna kill you, and I'm gonna be famous for this. And then like she gets electrocuted in the head and then shot in the head. It is so good. I love Scream 4, and it actually, it's pretty decent for like the breaking the new rules where the guy's like, I'm gay. That is hilarious. And then like all the cameras, I'm like, that makes sense because kids are vlogging. I don't know. It all made sense to me, and I really like Scream 4. What was the other thing I really liked about Scream 4? Hang on before I forget it. Shit. Oh no, it wasn't what I liked. It was like my little note. Because they're like, wow, Kirby, you really got a huge DVD collection. And it's like the smallest fucking shelf. I'm like, you have no movies. Unless they're all horror movies. I guess that's good. But it's like a one little bookshelf. And like, it's maybe like 40 movies, maybe 30. It's not that, I don't even think it's that much. It might be like 20. It might be like 20 DVDs on the shelf. And they're like, hey, Kirby, nice collection. And it's like, it's not that huge. Let's see. Scream 4, hang on. Yeah, they reversed that. That's so cool. And then so clever make the new Sydney Killer Scream 4. No, sorry, Fallout. What? You don't like Fallout? Oh my God. I'm hurt. I'm hurt. You stabbed me. Et tu brute. Et tu brute. Anyway, I really like Fallout. Like, I think the thing that really stands out to me about Fallout, I keep talking about that scene, but I love that scene. You probably already heard about it, but it's the scene when they're in the garage and Ethan Hunt has to control the situation. He has to control what Henry Cavill is, and then the bad guys coming up, and the police officer. I've said all this before. Check out my other stream with Luke. I go on a whole tangent about what I love about that scene. And to me, the whole thing about Fallout is just how Ethan Hunt is pushing himself to keep trying to stop it. So I don't know. I think I love it too much, or I can't see any faults about it. I don't know. I don't know. Is there any? I have to watch it again. Granted, it's been like a year or two since I watched Fallout. I still love Fallout. Maybe I should rewatch it. Maybe I'll see some issues with it, but I'm pretty sure I'll still love it because I'm a Tom Cruise fan for life. Um, all the Oh, dude, that scene's fun. So Henry Cavill jumps out and then he passes out, and then like Tom Cruise has to, hook him back up. That's cool. The bathroom scene's fun. The whole making fun of the Dark Knight was pretty cool. They made that better because like I think they even tried to interpret like dun dun with the score. I'm like, they're making like they're poking fun at the Dark Knight. I love that because the Dark Knight tries to be like, oh, best action movie. Hot take: I have fallen out of the Dark Knight love. It's an okay movie. The Dark Knight is strictly okay. Strictly okay. Like Heath Ledger is great, but the movie is okay. Hot take. Let's see. Cop scene is so great. Yeah, the cop scene's great. Oh yeah, the cop scene. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's sad. Yeah, I agree. I love Wes Craven. Here's the thing. I love Wes Craven, but I don't think I've seen enough of his movies because I think he has like a whole like huge like filmography, but like I only seen like his big hits. I've only seen Nightmare of Elm Street, Screams 1 through 4. What was the other one he did? Oh, New Nightmare. I did see that one. That one's cool. But I think I've only Hills Have Eyes. I did see that one, but like I haven't really seen the majority of it because I think it's like a lot of stuff. But I love Wes Craven. There's like these interviews online with him with Mick Morris. I think his name is Mick Garris. I think his name, and they're just fantastic interviews because Wes Craven is so friendly. He is so open. I don't know. He's just to me, he's like an inspiring director. Even though like I think a lot of his movies aren't that great, or like I don't know. That's what I've heard. I haven't seen him, but like there's a lot of like dips. You have bad movies, great movies, bad movies, great movies. But like the thing about him is that he loved doing what he did, and he always found something to make it work. And I know people like complain about Scream 2, or like I guess people complain about Scream 2, 3, 4. They complain all about all those sequels, but like he found like the heart of all those movies. Like I think Sidney Prescott shit in part 3 is pretty good because she's dealing with the mother crap that she probably really never faced or even really dealt with. And that's great. And then like the whole thing about Scream 4 with the niece and like just closure and all that, that's really great. Yeah, he's a great filmmaker, and I should see a lot more of his stuff. I should really check it out, but I'm not sure if I should just stick to the hits. I'm not sure because like he always seemed like the friendliest guy, and just I don't know, he just seemed like the best. And I'm sad that he's gone. I really am. Like he could have probably did something really cool with Scream 5. Scream 5 is okay, but like I think it could have been really great. But I still like Scream 5 for what it is. Red Eye. I did see Red Eye. Yes. Red Eye is really good. Red Eye has Cillian Murphy and oh fuck, what's her name? The hot girl. Fuck, she's from the game night. Rachel McAdams and Cillian Murphy or Cillian Murphy. Yes, I do love that. People Under the Stairs. I need to see People Under the Stairs, and I kind of want to give that movie the one with the prisoner on the chair, Shocktober or something. I have no idea what it's called. I want to give that one a shot, and I want to give that Bill Pullman a shot, like the witchcraft one or whatever, the voodoo one. I want to give that a shot. Been doing this for an hour and 23. I wonder if I should stick around. What time is it? 7:20? I should be making something to eat. And I'm sure Halloween H2O is over. I had Halloween. Okay, so I've been trying out my streaming shit, and I saw Halloween H2O was on. So I put it on, but there's commercials. So during the commercial, I left and went in here and moved the desk around. So now I've been in here for an hour and 20. So I'm sure Halloween H2O is over. I've been wanting to upgrade Halloween H2O, but I don't want to pay $100 for that box set. Shout Factory has this box set where it's like Halloween, Curse of Michael Myers, Halloween H2O, and Halloween Resurrection. And it's like Blu-ray 4K. And all three of the movies are together is like $100 something, I think, maybe $90 something. I don't know. It's up there. It's high. And it's like, I just want H2O. I don't care about Resurrection. I don't care about Curse of Michael Myers. I just want the 4K of H2O. So I haven't upgraded my copy yet. Yeah. Because what do you call it? I gave my copy away of H2O thinking like, oh, I'm going to upgrade it at some point, but I never did. So now I'm like, I need H2O. I want to watch Michael hide and then get his head chopped off. Um. Oh, you like Resurrection? Hmm. I think the last time I watched Resurrection, it felt cheap, but I'm sure it was cheap. Um, I did like the Pulp Fiction joke where the kid, like the, I don't know. I'm trying to think what was the plot line again. So it opens up with Jamie Lee Curtis in the nut house. Michael somehow gets there, and it shows like the flashbacks of how he got away, which is all right. And then he goes home, and then Busta Rhymes and Tyra Banks are casting for people to go on a reality show before reality TV, or at least when reality TV was getting hot. And then there's like a guy who's like in love with a cyber girl or something like that. They're like they have like email relationship, I guess. And he wanted to support her because she's on the Halloween show. So he's at this Halloween party dressed as Vincent Vega. And then he watches the live stream. Right? And then there's like the biker couple makes out in the basement. They break the wall, but they find out it's all fake. And Michael Myers is like roaming around. And then like he chops off somebody's head and goes down the stairs. I think he stabs somebody to a wall. Um, I think that's it, right? I don't know. I don't know. I I think for Halloween, I'm definitely a Halloween 1, Halloween 2. I love Halloween 3. Halloween 5, I think it's nostalgia because I think I watched that one the most as a kid. I like more than 4. 4 is just like a stupid fucking 80s reboot of Halloween. It's not that interesting. I think like the best thing out of Halloween 4 is that the town gets in their trucks and they think they shot him and they killed somebody else. And at the end, they blow him away. That's fun. And then I do like the shotgun death because I think he kills the girl with the shotgun. I do like that. Other than that, Halloween 4, I find boring. The reason why I really like Halloween 5 is there's like a whole sequence in it that makes it like top tier Michael Myers moments is when he switches out his mask. He puts on that ugly man mask and he's pretending to be the boyfriend. Even though it's sort of just like a copycat of him dressed as Bob in the first movie, it's still fucking creepy. And I really love that part. And that's what elevates Halloween 5 for all the right reasons. It's just because it's so elevated. Like he's in the car, he's driving the girl, he goes like to the fucking party and like everything. Like he goes through the whole motions of being this boyfriend character, and it's like the creepiest fucking thing. And I love that. And then like he kind of does like a little cool car chase. And then I do like how the ending is because like in my mind I imagine it much cooler, but in the actuality of the movie, I think it's just kind of just like cheap where they go into the police station. But for some reason, like my mind's eye, like nostalgic childhood thing in my head, I imagine like this cool thing of him breaking out of the jail cell. I wish they filmed that. They didn't do it. I'm sure it was because of budget reasons or whatever, or they didn't know what they're doing. But like I could totally like I can picture in my mind of like Michael Myers in there in his jail cell and like him pretending like he freaking died or something, and then like he just like busts out. Like I think if I were to reboot Halloween, oh god, maybe I should save that for another podcast because I've been thinking about like what would I do for a Halloween movie, and I think I would do a little bit of all the best moments. I would probably do something similar to Friday the 13th, 2009 where you take the best moments from the entire series and you just put them all together. And that's exactly what Friday the 13th part 2009 did, where it did that. I think I would do that for Michael Myers, along with some other twists, you know. So I would do that. I see the chat keep going. So let me check the chat. Let's see. The way they killed Curtis was BS, but everything after that was fun. I like that it tries to do Blair Witch. The teens are dumb, fun to watch, pretty enjoyable. He gets a kung fu fight at the end. That's right, he does get the kung fu fight at the end. Ugh. Halloween 5 rules, Halloween 4 rules, right? Halloween 4 sucks. I don't understand the love for that. Halloween 5, like, is so good. Rewatched it recently, 5 recently. There are some legitimately tense scenes and well done horror movements. H5 has some really tense and well done horror movements. Okay, and then great stuff with Michael Myers and background and scenes. Killing the final girl from 4 was super ballsy. Yes, it was. And I like the final girl fight in the house. Oh shit, that's right. Oh my god, that is a good sequence in Halloween 5, isn't it? Right? Because he puts Jamie in the little coffin, right? And she says, "Let me see your face." And then there's like a whole chase scene where she goes down the fucking like chute, and he's trying to get to her, and he's like stabbing through it. That's really well done. Why do people not like 5? Is it just because it goes like Cookie Woman? Is that it? I don't know. There's some really good things in 5. I don't fucking stand it. There's some really good things. I don't know. I like it. And like Donald Pleasance is at like a 5 in that movie. He's like, "Do you know where he is? I are evil." It's so great. Best Loomis. Oh yeah, that's right. He beats him to death and like has a heart attack. It's wonderful. Damn it. Yeah. Oh my god. At some point, I need to do a live stream where I just talk about like I should make like notes for an episode or something where I just talk about like how I would do a Halloween reboot. Because oh my god, some of the best stuff in Halloween Kills is the flashback scenes. Just because it just gave me that ooey gooey feeling, like I know this world, I know this night. When it does the flashbacks to 1978, it's just so fucking good. It's like because I love that cheesiness where it's like young Frank finds Michael Myers and starts shooting him, and then Michael Myers disappears. Fuck! Oh my god, I love that stupid like supernatural shit. And oh my god, I love Halloween 5. I should say that, or at least I think I do. Most of it. I think during my rewatch, I tuned out at the people doing the Mad World up the hospital. I think I tuned out during that, but I like elements of it. I like them like, we're gonna go find Michael Myers, and then like he goes in there and he like gets on top of the car and like literally kills everybody from the car, and then someone's walking towards him and he just like looks at them stupidly and just kicks the door and they shoot themselves. That's like simple, like great Michael Myers shit that I love. And then just like how he's just standing around the kids like, "Oh, it's a little creeper, you want to fuck us or whatever, you creep." And it's just like Michael Myers like watching these people. I like when he stalks people. They need to bring that back more. Also, there's like some moments I remember in Halloween 18 where like the camera's like moving with Michael Myers. Sure, that's great and all, but there's some scenes where I feel like Michael should be coming towards the camera and the camera's not moving, because that's some of the best stuff in the original Halloween that they really haven't done. I don't think. I have to rewatch the latest movies, but there hasn't really been that scene. So my favorite scene in Halloween 1978. So Laurie Strode has found all the. Oh shit! Hang on. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Hang on. Fuck, I don't have time. Oh no. I forgot to plug in my laptop, thinking I would just, do this as a test thing. Oh god. Oh god. Hang on. Hold on, podcast. This is like emergency because my laptop sucks. It'll give me like, "Oh, your laptop's about to die," and then gives me like 10 seconds before I can plug it in. So it's all plugged in now. Thank God. Okay. That could have been like really bad. I was in the middle of a tangent. Okay. Favorite scene from Halloween 78. Laurie Strode has found her friends. She just barely escaped from the back patio. She runs to the house and she's asking for help. "Please, God, help me." And no one's answering the door. And then you see Michael come around the house from across the street. And she limps because she just fucking fell downstairs. She got stabbed. And she's like banging on a thing. She's like, "Oh, fuck, where's my keys?" Because she must have lost the keys when she fell down the stairs or something like that. She lost the keys. She's trying to get in the house. Michael's slowly coming. Meanwhile, the camera's not moving. He's just coming. You just see him coming at a pace. He's, oh my God, so fucking scary. She throws up the thing, and little Tommy Doyle's like, "What is it?" And she's like, "Open it up, please." And he's just coming closer and closer. He's coming closer and closer to the camera, closer and closer. And it's so fucking good. There's like things about Michael Myers that I feel like some filmmakers have just missed out on. Like, I like his brutality. I like his cleverness. I like when he does like sneaky shit, like when he puts on the mask in Halloween 5. I love that shit. I love when he sets the people around. It's almost like he's painting his canvas. I don't know why. It's so like he hides them in there, he hangs them upside down, he puts like the gravestone there. He's like fucking around. Like he's there's something going on up here when he's setting the people around. And then like I like how there's some scenes where he's just being a creepy fuck. Like in the original Halloween, he's just watching the kids. He's not even going to do anything to the kids. Like, because like the one kid runs into him and he holds on to him and he just lets the kid go. I like that kind of creepy shit, and they don't really do that anymore. Like I think like the last time they did like creepy shit like that was like oh god, was there it was in the scene when the kids are at the playground. He ends up killing up the kids, but when he's just like hanging around watching them, we're like, yeah, we saw some creepy guy in a white mask. It's so good. I like those little elements of Michael Myers. I like when he does creepy shit. I like when he's doing that. I like when they bring the super natural elements where he kind of disappears, reappears, things like that. I like that shit. I like how he keeps getting up when you think he's dead. That's awesome. I love what's the other things? I love his supernatural strength. I love that he knows to do things even though he shouldn't. He should not know how to drive, but somehow he does. He somehow has the strength of like 500 men because like he like stabs them and he gets shot. He's not feeling any pain. I love that he's like an unstoppable machine. Like in Halloween 2 when he's walking on fire, that is like one of the coolest shots in the Halloween franchise where he's just walking and he's on fire and he's going to get you, That's so cool. Yeah, there's just some things about him that is different from Jason or Freddy Krueger. And I feel like it kind of gets watered down when they do like average shit like Halloween 4 or like I don't know, when they do boring like backstory shit with Halloween Rob Zombie. Like, we don't need to know, like I think the less you know about Michael, the better. The less you know, the better. I even like they never show it, but like, do you ever wonder how he escaped from the sanitarium in the original one? Because that is so wonderful. Like somehow, like he didn't kill anybody because no one's found dead there. Because that's why they're like, oh come on, he just escaped. It'll be fine. There's no problem. He literally just opened up the gates, let them all out, and just like waited until someone showed up and he stole their car. How fucking clever is that? Like, I wish there's some things. I don't know how you would do it in the new movie. I'd probably have to think about it, like write it down, actually think like, if I'm going to do a Michael Myers movie, what would I do? Something similar to that vein where he doesn't kill anybody. He just like turns like the notch of whatever the situation is. Like he just turns it up a notch and makes everyone freak out. Sort of like Halloween Kills, right? I guess what they sort of do that they kind of do the pumpkin pies tonight. They did that. That's all stupid. But what inspired that is great because Michael Myers is loose, but the people that cause more damage is the town folk. I think that's what I like about Halloween Kills. They cause more damage than he would ever, would. And I think that needs to come into a Michael Myers movie. I think that's really great. Oh man, just thinking about like what would I do for a Michael Myers movie? Oh man. I think I would reuse that flashback mask. I really like the flashback mask in Halloween Kills. I wish they would actually make that as a mask. I know like fans have made it. I'm actually considering that. I've thought about it because I know those masks are super fucking expensive by fans. But like I would want that flashback mask because it's so cool and creepy. Man. But yeah, I like that look. Even his look is iconic. The fucking blue overalls, the white mask. I don't know. It's neat. What do we got here? Let's see. People say the girl's annoying, but I think she's pretty cool. In Halloween 5, Jamie's cool. Hang on. There we go. I'm in focus. I wonder if it's because I'm too close. No, because that's like a macro lens, so it gets like really close. So I don't understand that. I don't understand. I do not understand that. But yeah, I would, man, I wish I had the opportunity to make a Michael Myers movie. I would need somebody to help me out, though. I would need someone like my friend Stuart or maybe even Shane, because Shane has some good ideas. But yeah, I would just, man, I want to think like, how would I reboot it? I almost think like I would keep it in the 70s. I don't think I would make it modern day. Also, I think it wasn't even an idea of how to reboot it. I think the original idea I wanted to do was shit. What would I want to do? Oh, I wanted to do like, okay, if I didn't like, okay, so if Halloween 2 did not exist, so if there's no Laurie Strode, it's not the same night, what do you do? So that, I think that was my log line in my head. Like, okay, you're being creative. Laurie Strode has to be the character. Where is she now? Where is Michael Myers? So I was kind of thinking that. I was kind of thinking sort of like go the Scream 2 route. She's in college. she's sort of famous from the situation. Um, and then like she gets stuck in the school, or she like works at a hotel or something like that. Or maybe like it's a building. Maybe even switch the holiday. Maybe it's not like maybe I think it'd probably be too much. But like if the first movie was called Halloween and the second one was called like Christmas, where it all takes place at Christmas, where Laurie Strode is moved on with her life, and she's like in a skyrise, like a Die Hard situation where she's in there, and Michael Myers has found her. He's no longer in like the white gear or anything. He's just a guy. He's just Michael Myers. And you just call it Christmas. I think that'd be too much. I think it'd be too silly, but I think that's where I would start. If I was like John Carpenter, taking a drink in 1980, trying to come up with a script, I'd be like, fuck it, take your place on Christmas. Who cares? And I think you would wrap it up then. I don't know if you would make another Halloween movie after that. It's quite possible, I don't know. I don't know if you could do like a holiday movie, but I think that's what I would do. I would do like Halloween, Christmas, and I think that's it. I think you would kill Michael at the end of that. I think you would do the Hans Gruber thing and just fucking drop him from the roof of the thing, and he's dead. Wrap it up. But yeah, I don't know if you would continue after that. If you continue after that, definitely don't do Laurie Strode again for Halloween 3. You would have him like at the hospital, and then he attacks somebody at the hospital. And I don't know, like how. I guess it would be New Year's, right? Oh shit! Oh my god, that'd be the perfect fucking trilogy. Oh my god! Oh my god! Just spitballing this. That is the perfect trilogy: Halloween, Christmas, New Year's. So Halloween, or like Halloween, all that shit happens, and then Christmas, she's at like a Die Hard situation. Christmas office party, falls off the roof, whatever. So she's still in the hospital, right? And Michael's in the hospital, and then that's when you do the fucking hospital shit because it's called New Year's. Oh my god, that's so fucking good, dude. That's your trilogy. That's your holiday killer trilogy. That would make Michael Myers even more famous. It's the Holiday Killer trilogy where he only kills on fucking holidays. Oh my god. It's goofy. It's kind of stupid, but I kind of love that idea where it's still Michael Myers, but you have him on Christmas, you have him on New Year's, and that's where it ends. Because with New Year's, it'd be so fucking perfect because with New Year's, it's the new day and Laurie Strode can finally move on. Like they could have like the whole news crew like, with your situation, what do you feel like? She's like, I could finally move on, or like he's gone, something like that. Like the boogeyman is gone, or I'm just glad this night is over. Like do like a reference to that, like Laurie Strode, how do you feel about this? And she's just like, man, I'm just glad this night's over. Oh man, that's so fucking cool. Oh man. John Carpenter's stupid drunk ass. He's like, I'll make her sister. We'll keep it on the same night. Nah, oh my god. It could have been like Die Hard before Die Hard. Like just have it in the building. And like he locks everybody in there, right? Because it's a future building, like a smart building, like they did in Gremlins 2, just like lock everybody in. And then she has to survive the night, and then he gets pushed either in the elevator shaft or from the top of the building. Yeah. So then on Christmas, yep. So it just ends with her like, like she pushes him down the elevator shaft, and you just hear a thump or whatever, and she's just like, oh. And then like the night crew come in or whatever, and like, what happened? What happened? I don't know. Like anyway, she's saved, and then we film those movies back to back. So like in 3 months or 1 year, we follow up with New Year's Eve or New Year's night. Yeah. New Year's. And then that picks up where she's in the fucking hospital. She's still hurt. They're like, all right, Laurie, you're on your way out or whatever. And then Michael's there. And then this is where we could bring in like the supernatural element where he's like in like the morgue or whatever. And then he just like starts like you just like he like starts like healing, like he just needed time to heal. So he's sort of like the Palpatine. He fell down and he's like, I'm going to heal. I'm going to use the force power to heal me. And then, like, when he's finally healed, stupid Ray, Finn, and Poe show up. He's like, "Damn it!" We have that with Michael Myers, where he just like heals, like, or something like that. I don't know. It'd be so fucking cool. Just like like you would kind of like reinvent the character. Oh my god, I understand. Like, maybe it's too silly. I'm sure whoever that producer was, maybe John Carpenter did pitch this, and the producer's like, "Nah, we got to keep it on Halloween." It's like, no, it's like it's so fucking cool. Have it on Christmas. Lock her in the building. Have Michael come back. Maybe he still has the same look. I don't think so. I think, oh, I guess he could sneak in with the janitor. That's a possibility. He's in the janitor's outfit, and he's mostly in silhouette. You never see his face. And if you do see his face, he probably puts on one of those, Christmas masks, or like, oh, that Santa Claus mask, that little creepy Santa Claus mask where it just shows your mouth. That could be it, where he just like, that'd be so cool. I don't know, but it kind of changes the. I don't know. You probably want to keep that look of the mask. I know how you do it. Okay. Christmas party. Laurie Strode is the Holly Gennaro. She's being very successful, but she has some competition. We'll call her Julie. Julie comes in and teases Laurie with the Michael Myers mask. Like, ah! And Laurie's like, oh, stop that. So the mask is established. It was a prank someone left for her on Halloween, Christmas. Like, it's a little Christmas prank. And she's like, oh, don't do that to me. Stop it. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, Laurie. I didn't know that. Oh, my God. And then, like, in the mask, like, he just, like, picks it up in the garbage. That's right. She throws it in the garbage, right? She throws the fucking mask in the garbage. So the janitor comes through. He says, all right. He goes downstairs. And he's in the back, alley, trying to take out the garbage. And that's when Michael shows up with his fucking hammer. And then right on top of the garbage is the fucking mask. And he puts on the janitor's outfit, which is probably green, a green jumpsuit. And he puts on the mask. And we have the mask. We have a reason why he's wearing the mask again. It was a prank by Julie at the Christmas party. Fuck sake. Fuck. This is some good Halloween shit. This is good Halloween shit. Damn it. Oh my God. And I'm just like spitballing. I'm spitballing like stupid crap. Like, okay, I think this works though, right? It would work. So, you remake Halloween, or just, I think that's what I would do. I would say, all right, I'm rebooting the series, but the first Halloween exists, and I'm rehiring a different actress to play Laurie Strode. It takes place in 1980, Christmas party, 1980. That's where we're picking up. It's been a couple of years since that, so we could even have maybe Loomis comes in. We bring back Loomis as a different actor, of course, because this is my new Halloween franchise, where it's just called Christmas. And that could even throw people off, where we're making a movie and it's called Christmas, and everyone's, they don't know that it's a Halloween sequel. It's a secret Halloween sequel, and we do this. It'd be so fucking cool. Oh my God. I don't know. I really love it. Although I feel like the weakest of the trilogy would probably be New Year's. Because I think right now, Christmas would be really awesome, with all that stuff, with all those ideas. But New Year's, I think that'd be tough. Because it's the same night, or not the same night, but at least like 1 week later after the events of Christmas or whatever. So, or a couple days later, because she's in the hospital. She's about to be let out. And then you have to figure out how to do that. What kind of plot would you do for that? You'd have to bring back like supernatural shit. You would have to. Or a copycat. Something like that. I don't know. Yeah. But I think that'd be my only fear if I were to do this, because I really love the idea for Christmas. But New Year's, I think, would be the weakest of the trilogy. I would probably definitely need help spitballing ideas for that. I think we bring back, I think I've always said this on Twitter, but like if I were to make a movie, my Frank Ireland, if I were to make a movie, I'd want to do either a Christmas movie or a horror movie, because either way, you're going to last forever. You're going to last forever. Because people love Christmas movies, people love Halloween movies. And no matter how good or bad they are, someone out there is going to be watching that every year, and it's going to find its own legacy. There's so many of those. Like Jingle All the Way flopped when it first came out. Now it's like one of the biggest, most beloved Christmas movies ever. I think even It's a Wonderful Life flopped. Now it's like the most iconic Christmas movie ever. At the time, I think people bitched and complained about Christmas Vacation. Vacation's running out of steam. And now it's probably more famous than the original Vacation movie. So that's my theory. If I were to be like a filmmaker and make a movie, sorry, I thought I saw something. It's just the shining over there, my thing. Um, if I were to make a movie, it'd definitely be have to horror movie or Christmas movie. Yep. Black Christmas and the 2000 movie Rock. Rock. I want to rock, rock, rock. Oh shit. I wonder if I could do a fan trailer. I wonder if I could do a fake teaser of Christmas. Like the elements are there, right? I think it could be done for a fan trailer. Oh man. I think it could be done. I wish I wish I had the deep fake technology because you could just deep fake Jamie Lee Curtis on Bonnie Bedelia from Die Hard, but they don't have the. Here's the thing about deep fakes that I feel like people don't really think about. You have to think about the facial structure for the deep fake. You could throw Arnold Schwarzenegger on anybody, but they have to have the same structure of the face. Like if they have a long face, so you would have to find an actress with a long face, not like a horse face, but like a slender face, in order to match with Jamie Lee Curtis for a deep fake. So that would be difficult. But yeah, I wonder if I could make a fake teaser. I bet I could. I bet I could. Huh. More of the night he came home. Christmas, it's Christmas time, pretty baby, and the snow is falling on the ground. And then, if you keep the same theme, I wonder if there's a Christmas bell. Oh my god, I bet that exists. I'm gonna look it up because there's stupid fans out there. I bet that exists. I know I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm gonna look it up. So I'm sorry if there's gonna be some dead air, but I'm gonna look up Halloween theme Christmas. I bet there is. I bet there is.
At Domino's, you can get more
Hang
than
on.
just amazing, delicious pizza. There's also lava cakes, bread bites, and more.
2 ads. Come on. I want to see if it really sounds like Christmas. That works. Yep. So okay, so that's the scene. Okay, so we set it up. So the janitor's downstairs. He gets killed, right? And then the mask gets picked up, and then it kicks in. He's like walking through, and he like looks at the sign or whatever. Oh, that'd be so dope. Hang on, let's skip ahead. Dude! That would so rock. Oh my god. Oh my god, I want to see that movie now. It'll never exist, but I want to see that movie. Damn it, that's so good. Fuck. Oh man. That's man, that's so cool. Hang on. I see another notification here. Hmm. Yeah, it's interesting. Interesting. Oh shit. Is it almost 8 o'clock? Damn. Alrighty. Oh my god, we're clocking in at 2 hours. Okay, let me wrap this up. So tomorrow I'll do another live stream. It'll probably be around 11. Oh, not 11. Tomorrow it'll be around 8:30, maybe 9 o'clock. It'll all depend on when she's ready, because it's all about her. She's opening up the Christmas gifts. I'll just probably I'll kind of lead. I'll try not to over talk. I'm definitely gonna have to wear headphones. I learned that from talking to Luke the other night. because I just was using like computer speakers to talk to Luke. There were some things I missed, and I looked like a total ass. But like if I had my headphones on, I would totally hear what he said, or pause to let him talk. So I feel so guilty about that. But this is a learning process. It's all brand new to me, so that's why I'm learning. So with tomorrow, I'll probably stream it through StreamYard again. Use the headphones. Should be fun. There's that. But hopefully you enjoyed this stream. I'm going to wrap it up. So see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully it all works out. If not, I'll let you know. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. So there it goes. Sorry, I'm not looking at the camera. I'm looking at the laptop. I'm going to end the stream. So Merry Christmas, guys. It's been a lot of fun talking to you. Not even about Christmas, or I guess kind of about Christmas, talking about Halloween. But yeah, that'd be so dope. Oh my God. Just talking about that idea. I don't know. It's really fun. Anyway, good talking to you guys. Merry Christmas and see you soon.